At the end of this video, I'll give you some Excel practice workbooks with some challenges, and if you can fix it all, that means you have mastered the Excel file options and the print settings. So now imagine your manager asks you to print a report. It seems easy, right? So when you click on print, half the table disappears, or half the table is in one sheet, half the table is in another sheet, all the rows are in multiple sheets, all the columns are in multiple sheets, or all the empty sheets are also printed, and instead of the portrait mode it is printed in the landscape orientation, or instead of one sheet it has been printed in 12 sheets. So by the time you realize, you have just wasted 60 sheets of paper just like that. So in today's video, I'll make sure this thing never happens to you. And before we start, I want to suggest you to sit with a laptop or a PC so that whatever I do, you can also try simultaneously. Now suppose your manager asks you to protect your sheet which is having this sales report, or to protect your workbook with the salary details of all the employees. So how will you be able to do it? Go to File tab. The order of these options in your system might not be the same. So let's go for the Info tab. You have this Protect Workbook option. You'll be able to protect your workbook in all these ways. First one is always open read only. It will prevent accidental changes by asking readers to opt into editing. That means whenever you open your Excel file, it will not allow you to immediately edit. It will first open in read only mode. That means you cannot edit. Once you allow your Excel file for editing, then only it will allow you to edit your file. Then encrypt with password means it will require a password to open this whole workbook itself. So when your manager asks you to protect your workbook with password, you can use this option. Then protect current sheet controls what types of changes people can make to the current sheet. Then protect workbook structure. It will prevent unwanted changes to the structure of the workbook, such as adding sheets or deleting sheets or renaming your sheets or duplicating your sheets. All those types of work can be restricted using Protect Workbook structure. You can add a digital signature which will ensure integrity of the workbook by adding an invisible digital signature. You can mark as final. That means you can let the readers know that the document is final and you do not want any changes. Then if your manager asks you to check for any hidden properties like the author name or it was last modified by whom, so you can go for Inspect Workbook. So you have three options here also. First one is Inspect Document, which will allow you to check for the hidden properties or any personal information inside your workbook. You can also check for the accessibility. That means you can check the workbook for content that people with disabilities might find difficult to read. For example, in a white background, if you use yellow font color for writing, obviously it will be hard to read. So that's why that will be an accessibility problem. So when you click on check accessibility, it will point out that mistake and you can clear it out. Then check compatibility. That means it will check for features not supported by earlier versions of Excel. If you have the latest version of Excel and if you have used some latest features in this workbook, if you send this file to someone who does not have this latest Excel version, so that person will not be able to see the latest features that you have used inside this workbook. So it will check for all those features which will not be supported in the earlier version of Excel. Then you can manage your workbook by recovering some unsaved workbooks, or you might be able to delete your unsaved workbooks also. Then you have browser view options which will allow you to pick what users can see when this workbook is shared on the browser. You can go to your web browser. There you can type excel.new and press enter. Here you can sign in using your Microsoft account, or if you don't have a Microsoft account already, you can create one and it will take you to the browser version of Excel file. Then coming to the properties of Excel file, you have size here. It will show how much is the size of your file. It will show title, tags, category, anything you can add here. When was your file last modified? When was it created and when was it last printed? It will show the author name. That means who has created this workbook, that system's name will be there. Who has last modified this workbook, that system's name will be there. For example, I can create a workbook. So the author name will be my system's name. The last modified by can be your name if you download this workbook from my description. Then, for example, if you are working in a school or a college and you have to create a academic calendar. So you can choose this academic calendar template from the new option inside File tab, and you can single click on this academic calendar and you can click on Create. It has given you a template of an academic calendar. Now, if you want to change the year, the month, the date according to the holidays or events that you have coming up in that particular month. You can edit this academic calendar and send it to your principal or HR or manager, whoever it is. So this Excel template makes work easier for you. Then if you have to open any old workbook that is already saved in your system, so you can go to open option inside file tab and choose any workbook from your system that you have, or else you can also go to folders where all these workbooks are saved. Then if you have to save your workbook, you can click on save here, or you can use the shortcut Ctrl+S that we had discussed in last video. And if your manager asks that we want this workbook also and we want the copy of this workbook in a separate file, so you can go to save as option and you can choose the file location wherever you want to save it, and you can save it with a different name. So you will have two copies of the same file itself. Then suppose your manager asks you to send this report to multiple clients. So first of all, there is a tip that you should not send the Excel file directly to the clients until the clients have directly asked the Excel file itself. So for that, first of all, you will have to export it into a different file format. So you can change the Excel file format to the PDF format here just by clicking on create PDF or XPS document. XPS document is a Word document itself. So when you click on create PDF, it will automatically change your file type as PDF, and you can save it with any name and in any location in your system. Once you have changed the file type of your Excel to the PDF type, then you can share it to your multiple clients by saving to cloud, or else you can go to email and here you can send your file as an attachment, you can send it as a link, you can send it as a PDF, you can send it as a Word document or as an internet fax, which we don't use nowadays. Then we have publish option here. So if you want to learn Power BI, you need to learn Excel. After that, you can learn Power BI. So using this publish option, you can publish your Excel workbook to the Power BI software directly by clicking on this upload button. This account setting will show everything about the Microsoft account which you are using for this Excel workbook, and it will also show the Excel version that you are currently using. The feasible version of Excel is 2019. That's why I'm using Excel 2019 version. So now coming to what we had discussed at the start of the video about printing a report. So for printing a report, we'll have to go to file tab, click on print option, and here your manager might ask you that I want to print only the active sheets. Print active sheets means it will allow you to print the sheet that you are currently working on, and print entire workbook means it will allow you to print all the sheets that you have currently in this workbook, and print selection means it will allow you to print only the cells that are selected in that particular sheet. See, only this 111 was selected in the sheet. So that's why it is allowing to print only 111. Now let's understand collated and uncollated option. Don't worry about the name. It simply tells Excel how to arrange multiple copies while printing. So collated means Excel prints complete sets of all pages before printing the next copy. Uncollated means Excel prints all copies of the same page first, then moves to the next page. Suppose I have a document with 3 pages and I want to print 2 copies. So if I choose collated, Excel prints one complete copy first, page 1, page 2, page 3, and then prints the second complete copy, page 1, page 2, page 3. This is perfect when you are giving one complete set to each person. So if I choose uncollated, Excel prints all the copies of page 1 first, then all the copies of page 2, then all the copies of page 3. So this is useful if you want to arrange the pages yourself later. Generally, this is waste of time, so we mostly use collated option. So just remember, collated means complete sets and uncollated means same pages together. Then if you have to change the orientation of your sheet, you can choose portrait or landscape. The next option is to choose on which type of paper you have to print this sheet. You have multiple types of paper. The most common one is A4 sheet. You can also choose any envelope size or any A6, A2 sheets, or you can choose architecture E sheet, E1 sheet, D sheet, any business card or credit card measurement or a photo measurement. So the next setting is the margins. It will allow you to increase the space between the border of the page and the border of the content that is starting from. So if you have normal margin, you have top bottom 1.91 centimeter, left and right 1.78 centimeter, header and footer 0.76 centimeter. If you want a wider margin, you can choose wide. If you want a narrower margin, You can choose narrow, and you can customize your margin also by clicking on this custom margins. So here you will be able to change top, left, header, footer, everything. And if you want to insert some text into your header and footer also, for example, your company name on the header and your name in the footer, so you can insert custom header and custom footer also and click on OK. The next one is scaling. So scaling allows you to fit your sheet into a single paper or according to what option you have chosen. So no scaling means it will print the sheets at their actual size. So here you can see I have sales report from January to December. In one sheet it is showing from January to August itself. In the second sheet it is printing from September to December because it is being printed at its actual size itself. So I don't want it like this. I want all the columns to be printed in one single sheet. So I can choose fit all column on one page, because if I have many rows and many columns, then I want compulsorily all the columns in one sheet itself. So I can choose fit all columns on one page. So you can see it has shrunk the size of my sheet and printed all the columns in one single page itself. Similarly, if you have many rows and you want all the rows to be fitted in one single sheet, but the columns can be in different sheets, so you can choose fit all rows on one page itself. And if you want everything to be shrink inside one page, so you can click on fit sheet on one page. So it will fit all rows, all columns in one single page itself. After this, you can choose which printer you want to print in. So if you have any printer connected to your system, you can choose the printer from this setting here. Or else, if you don't have any printer connected to your system, you can choose to print it to a PDF file. And from here, you can choose how many copies of these sheets do you want. So after this, you can click on print and it will print according to the printer option that you have chosen. Also, few more printing options you have in your page layout tab here. Margins, orientation, size, all these are the printing options that you saw in the file tab itself. Here, if you want a particular part of your sheet only to be printed, so you can click on print area and choose an area which you want to be printed. So if I click on print area, set print area. So I will first select the area which I want to print. For example, I want the sales report of all the products till June. So I will select only this much data and I will click on print area and click on set print area. So it has set this as the print area. You can see the name of this area as print area inside the name box also. And here you can change the background of your printing also. Either you can insert any image from your system or from your OneDrive, or you can search online for any image for your printing background. For example, I'll go for normal backgrounds. Here, if I go for this background, click on insert. It has inserted particular background instead of a white simple background. And if you don't want this background, you can click on delete background. Now, print titles will allow you to set up your page for printing. For example, in this sheet tab, you have option of rows to repeat at top and columns to repeat at left. For example, if you have multiple rows in your sheet and those rows, if you fit in one single sheet, it will be very micro sized. So for that, what you have second option is you can choose first row or second row or multiple rows to repeat at top of each and every sheet that is being printed. Similarly, for columns also. Columns you can choose to repeat at the left of each and every sheet that is being printed and click on OK. And with this breaks option, you can add a break wherever you want the next page to begin in the printed copy. So your page break will be inserted above and to the left of your selection. And you can also choose whether you want to print the grid lines that we have. These are called the grid lines of the sheet. So if you want these grid lines to be printed, you can check this box. Otherwise, if you can uncheck this box. And similarly with the headings also. Heading means these column names and the row numbers. So if you want these also to be printed, you can check this print box. If you don't want these to be printed, you can uncheck this print box. And same thing goes with the viewing also. While viewing your sheet normally, you can choose whether you want to view your grid lines or you don't want to view your grid lines. Same thing whether you want to view your headings or you don't want to view your headings while working with your sheet. After all these settings, you can go to File tab and print your sheet. And you can see, since we had chosen only the print area from January to June, so it is showing the sales report only till the June month in the preview. After this, you can click on print button. So like this, I have 2 more sheets here with 2 more challenges. So I will attach all these sheets in the description box. You can download it from there and you can finish all the challenges before looking for the solutions. So that's it for today, and in the next video we will see how to enter our data into Excel file using some shortcuts. Till then, if you have any doubts or if you want any one-on-one online session with me regarding Excel, you can contact me through the email ID and phone number given in the description. And if you want some other classes also, you can check out my profile and contact me through the details given there and follow along for more. Thank you.